where's music going? I feel like I don't know where else it can go. Maybe is more of what I am unsure about.
So I disagree
Okay.
with the narrative.
Okay.
So this is still taught in many, they're working to get this out, but music history in general is taught in a very modernist, linear narrative.
Sure.
It's basically like a biblical
Yeah.
Bach begat Mozart, begat Beethoven,
Sure.
begat Brahms.
Yeah.
There's this like unending linear line of old white European dudes going somewhere towards better music. So that is based on a racist anthropological theory that was really big in like the 19th century and the early 20th century. That was this idea of societies all progressed from primitivism to barbarianism to civilization. And so they actually believed if you found a group of indigenous people who had certain attributes, like they didn't have a city or they didn't have specialized labor that fit the European model of what specialized labor looks like, then you were literally looking into the past of European cultures. Like they actually believed this is so wrong. Like it's just not correct, let alone that it's racist. It's also just incorrect. But they literally believed like, I'm looking into the past of how we used to be. So if we left them alone for 10,000 years, we would come back and it would be Vienna.
Sure.
Like that was the actual anthropological theory. And the thing with anthropological and sociological and philosophical theories is they infect all of the other fields of study, but they do so in a very, like I'm using infect, which is a really loaded term. Like the roots go in deep and then it's hard to get rid of them because it's rare that you actually take a far enough step back to observe, like,
Sure.
why do we teach it this way? And so that is the narrative of music history. And it's the narrative of popular music history too, a lot of times. Like it's, the pop of the time became, the like African-American girl rock of like the Shirelles and everything, then became the British invasion, then became the psychedelic music movement, then became the punk movement. Like there's this like, we like teaching things in this kind of linear historical progression.
It also makes it easier to tell because it's a story and
it's a simple
like
story. But the narrative with all of those is that it needs to be going to something. Like this is leading to something. I don't believe that's the way that artistic movements work. I don't think that's the way that anything in human history works. I haven't made this joke in a while, but I used to make the joke that like, if there's one thing that you learn from getting a bachelor's degree, it's that people were just as smart as you in every era of history. Like, you'll read, like, if you read Chaucer, like, he is freaking, like, Chappelle from the 12th century, or whatever century he's from. Like, he is, like, it's dirty, and it's funny, and it's, there is this narrative of how people see medieval art compared to Renaissance art, that, like, somehow it's, like, there's this, like, the babies always look like old men and the faces are always weird looking and like it's because they didn't know how to paint. And it wasn't. It was that the medieval time period was much more involved with like symbolism and like what we consider like 1950s avant-garde stuff about like not representationism but like super weird, like using shapes and numerology to create like medieval art is really hip. And then some Renaissance art is like, that's just a bowl of fruit that looks like a bowl of fruit. And yet the narrative is that European art got better.
Yeah.
And that's just not the case. Like the whole thing about like, have you seen the little ugly baby heads? So like, do you know the backstory behind those?
Well, yeah, I think you talked about it, that like Jesus was born as the like
fully grown man
man because he was God and blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
so he's this full-grown man, but he was also a baby.
Yes.
So
So he's a baby
Yeah.
that has like a very harshly receding hairline, and it is super creepy looking. But it's cool. It's like it's so, and there's like the like weird angles
he's
of the
always
backgrounds.
doing this thing.
Yeah.
With the hand, which now you get punched for.
Right. And the halos, it's just a cool. So once you throw away the idea that art gets better, you start to go, what have we missed in the narrative? So one of the big projects right now that's happening with classical music is they're rewriting the narrative of American classical music to include diverse peoples. So like with the Fort Smith Symphony, we just recorded Florence Price's first and fourth symphonies. First African-American woman to have a piece played by a major symphony. She got premiered by Chicago Symphony 100 years ago. Like the pieces are great. Like, so the thing that people always say that's like against this, like it just sounds like Dvorak, but a little different. And it's like, it sounds better than a lot of Dvorak stuff. Like if you've listened to his early symphonies, like they're better symphonies.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that's happening with classical music is this rewriting of it to include diversity as part of it. Because a lot of times those people were like really influential at the time, but they're not part of our, this person begat that person begat that person. So we're actually working on a project right now. So Christina discovered this is what she's doing her second dissertation on. We joke that like, so she hasn't done her generals again. So she's a DMA. She's getting a PhD in sociocultural anthropology and linguistics. She's finished all her classes for the second time. And I was joking last week that she has discovered a hitherto unknown form of senioritis that involves getting a doctorate, going all the way through, and then going back and getting another master's and another doctorate. But so this fell in her lap. So there is, she got a call this summer from Matt Stock, who's the librarian at OU School of Music Library. He's a friend of ours. He said, hey, we're clearing out the attic. We found all these boxes. We're about to throw them out. Can you come take a look at them and make sure it's not something you want?
Yeah.
So she goes up. She recognizes the name. She says, can you give me a week? I need to do some research. Don't throw these out. It's like 30 boxes of all of the handwritten manuscripts of Jack Frederick Kilpatrick, who is, as far as we can tell, the first Native American professional composer.
Wow.
He was chair of the School of Music at SMU in the 50s, wrote like 10 symphonies, got stuff played by Dallas and OKC, and he is the first Native American professional classical composer.
Yeah.
No one knows who he is. He has all this music. So we're doing a thing with the OKC Phil where they're going to play a piece of his on the first concert, and then Christina and I are helping put together. It's kind of like a grand entry. So we're using John Hamilton, who's a great artist, and Tim Nevaquaya is going to play flute, and we're just writing kind of the orchestra parts to make it like fit together of their music. That changes the narrative. So like there's this narrative of, and this is in right now in classical music, like the Florence Price thing, we got write-ups in the New Yorker and Wall Street Journal. Like it is the thing right now is to rediscover the diversity present in like the history of that art medium. So the other thing that I know this is going kind of far afield.
No, you're fine.
But it's like, what is the future of art? So the other thing with the narrative is that the only time I think you can really have an avant-garde is if you have a very stringent artistic society that you can. So the avant-garde means you're on the edge of, right?
Yeah.
You are the avant-garde. You are the like almost falling off the edge of how far away you can be from the thing. In order to have that, there needs to be pushback against it. So like modern dance is a reaction to ballet. So modern dance was about like being the antithesis of ballet. Like ballet is all about being up and being as tall as possible and being on point. So modern dance is going to be, this is old. This is like the 20s or 30s.
Sure.
Modern dance is going to be like you're crawling on the floor because it's the opposite of it. Like ballet, you're going to be in these pink tutus and you're going to be doing all this. So modern dance, you're going to be wearing all black. ballet is supposed to be beautiful, modern dance will be about being ugly. But it's still dance with no words, done by professionals on a stage to music, usually classical. So when you when you have an artistic revolution against something, it's about the thing you're having the artistic revolution against.
Yeah.
So I think what a lot of people are kind of paralyzed by artistically is like, I didn't have a thing to fight against. Like my composition teacher didn't make me write total serialism like his teachers did.
Yeah.
So I'm not able to be Terry Riley and write in C as my master's thesis as a big FU to serialism. Saying like, I'm going to write a piece called In C that is all in C because the entire basis of the system you've been teaching me is about not writing something in C major.
I wrote a serialist percussion piece because I wanted to.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to, but I did.
Right. Well, and it's like, I use serialism a lot. Like, I actually think it's... So the basis of it, even though Schoenberg likes to talk about, like, he is the modernist, like, in 100 years, everyone will listen to serialism because we have babies who, like, haven't been raised on tonality. That did not happen.
Yeah.
So, like, the whole modernist thing kind of fell apart with World War I and World War II because, like, Europe pre-World War I was actually not bad. Like, it was... There's these, like, things about living in Paris at that time before it got smacked by 2 world wars, and it was, like, this gem.
Yeah.
And, like, there were issues, but, like, actually at that time, like, a lot of things that we think of as, like, socially progressive things had happened in a lot of those places before the war started. So, like, there's this assumption that things are always getting better, and it's not necessarily true. So with art, I don't think anyone who is part of those things ever really feels like... I don't think you should know what's next. But I also don't think, like... So Christina and I were literally talking about this with Rachmaninoff. So one of the things that people give Rachmaninoff crap for is that, like, he just wished he'd been born 50 years earlier. His stuff's all, like, romantic, and it's, he might as well have been Tchaikovsky, blah, blah, blah. His stuff doesn't sound anything like Tchaikovsky. It sounds he's doing things rhythmically that you would never see in those earlier works. It's just that the tonal language itself is not the area that he's So, like, classical music has been so obsessed with what your pitch content is. It's like pitch content is what defines whether you're progressing forward. And for a long time, it was like, if it's not more dissonant than the music that came before it, then somehow you're not progressing. And to me, that's like, if you look at history, those are normal progressions that happen within a group. So, I mean, as to what's next is what it's always been. There's going to be a bunch of artists making stuff. And some of it will resonate with society. And some of it, like, won't catch on. And some of it might catch on way after. So, like, Bach was also a revivalist movement. So, like, Bach wasn't big until Mendelssohn, who was a conductor, started doing Bach festivals saying, like, you all need to listen to this guy. This guy was a genius. Like, I know you all know, like, Johann Christian Bach was always more famous than Johann Sebastian Bach. He kind of invented the classical period. But, like, that is not the narrative anymore. It's like, most people don't even know who Johann Christian Bach is. So it's like, I think that's not what creates art. Like, creating art is just you make something and then you make something else. So for me, it's like, I don't think it is a effective endeavor to worry about whether... I think you can take steps to try and become more famous, or take steps towards trying to, like... But I think the only way to do new stuff is to do stuff that's new and hard for you. Like, to me, that's the...
Yeah.
So, like, for me, this octet has been incredibly hard for me to write because I'm not trying to write something I've written before. So there are sections where, like... So I have one section where I did something that... So did you read the Instagram post I did where I was, like, trying to do the GRM shuffle and the delay? So GRM shuffle... It wasn't like, this wasn't the, that's how I described it to myself after I did it. So this is what I'm kind of talking about with going, I go back and forth between my left brain and my right brain on the same piece over and over again. So the way shuffle works is it takes something and then it like plays it back as if it's like the same thing as on 4 tapes and it's playing them back at different speeds and shuffling where they start. So you get this kind of effect of like, I'm wiggling my fingers, which you cannot see on this podcast because there aren't cameras. But it's like they sort of almost like people who are running a race change like who's in the lead and who's in the back. It's like people on a racetrack doing like 4 people on a racetrack doing a run. And it's like at different times, they are at different distances from each other. So like to me, one of the things that I tend to do a lot in my pieces, which is, again, this is something that like, this is only me realizing this after seeing myself do it for 12 years. Being like, oh, I kind of do this thing, is I like to take verticalities and make them horizontal and take horizontal writing and make it vertical. So in this case, it's based off of a hymn, which is incredibly horizontal. It's like these horizontal parts. And it's not terribly polyphonic. It's like there's a little bit of counterpoint, and it's cool counterpoint, but you know. And so what I did is I took my violin and I looked at the music and I said, how would it sound if I read each line, but I played it as 8th notes rather than the rhythms that are written. And I never repeated a note twice. So if a note repeats 3 times, I'm going to skip to the next note. So like, instead of ba da 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 ba da dum ba da da dum, it goes ba da 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 dum. Like anytime it repeats, you just go to the next note. This is like, again, it's kind of an algorithmic way of composing. Yeah. Because I was like, what is that but counterpoint? I'm just taking like what is a very tight counterpoint and kind of like changing, I'm shuffling the positions that they're at. And because of that, they're going to change where they are with each other. And then I read I did the first line and it turned into like a 4-bar phrase that repeats each time. The second line, I just read and kind of improv'd it over it, but I'm reading it. And then the third line, I did the same thing. And then like after it runs for about 2 minutes, I just started improvising one of the lines because I wanted it to sound bigger. So like, that's cool. That's like new. I've never done it before. I'm sure other people have, but like I've never done this before. And it sounds like awesome. I am super pumped about this part. And then I have the clarinets are playing the melody, but they're doing it like in this weird, like there are just many meters happening and people are in different spots and it's going to be really easy to put together. It's going to be like no problem to put together. But when you listen to it, like you cannot figure out what the bar line is. Like the bar line is just gone. Yeah. That's new. Yeah. I'm not saying other people haven't done it or that people won't listen to it and be like, oh, whatever. It sounds like different trains or whatever, you know. But like that's how you come up with new stuff. Is you just
try stuff.
You try stuff, and then again, like you lean into your own stuff, and so you kind of see how far your own stuff is going to take you. And then I think you explore what other people are doing too. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, maybe I'll try something like that. But like, I'm not going to do it right. I'm not going to be able to do it the way they did it. Yeah. So by me doing something, I guess that's what so like I'm not sure how you're going to cut these up, but
that's fine.
When like there is a certain type of music that I can tell they are writing visually. And by that I mean like they looked at a score and they copied what the score was doing, which will give you the same sound as that score. And I think that's like, it's what a lot of film music does, because like you need to choose the right thing for the scene. And so if you know what the right thing for the scene is, you don't try and recreate the wheel, because there's too many like agents there to try and fit it in. You do a thing that you know is going to work for that scene, which is itself a craft and an art form.
Yeah.
When you're trying to create new music, you don't want, in my opinion, to have too much control over it. Otherwise, like if you are too in control of what you're doing, for me, everybody's different with this, but for me, like, I start with a concept and I get into the concept, and then I let myself at some point be loose from the concept and just do what the piece wants to do. Now, the issue with that is then you tend to do you. Like, all of my pieces have a part that is unmetered, that like there's kind of a call and response-y thing between the people, and it does this gesture. I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I gotta put it in the same spot of every piece. It's like right in this nice middle section, tends to be there. But it's like that leaning in to it, I think that's how you get something new, is by like having so many things in the pot. And just putting the time in with the pieces. That's what I think people miss out on it. So like, people always think artistic. So like, there's a meme that goes around that's like, someone's like, how'd you get so good at drawing? It's like, practice. It's like, but like, you must have been given talent. Nope, it's just practice. It's like, oh, you're so talented. I wish I could do that. You could just practice. You know, it's like, it's this Hemingway thing of like, you only see the tip of the iceberg. This is a literary thing that I've always heard of, like, your audience doesn't need to know what the life story, you don't need to tell your audience the life story of every character, but you should know it, because it will affect how the characters act. Like, if you have a reason that's like, this character acted this way because they had this traumatic thing happen in their childhood, and therefore when this person did this, they reacted that way. You never have to mention the reason, but like it happens in TV shows a lot when they get new writers, is the characters will do something that character wouldn't do. And you go like, okay, you didn't understand the character. Like when they did the remake of Community, like, it's like they watched the pilot and based all the characters after that. But like, all the characters had 3 seasons of growth, which then they went like, they reverted back to their like episode 1 characters. So for music, one thing that I always try and do is that I have thought about it at every level. So like, if you want to get deep into the like weeds of the theory and what I'm doing and how the stuff acts and why these chords are the way they are, it's like, yeah, I can talk about how like the way I got these sounds was by stacking perfect fifths on top of each other. But like, if you read it as a minor 9 add 4 chord without the 3, that's also correct, but that's not how I got to it. You know? And so for me, it's like, if you spend the time to put it into the music, like for me, that's how you get depth in art. Is like, so I think what happens a lot of 20th century, like art music, which is usually what I prefer calling classical music. Which again, it's like,
it's hard.
It's hard to label anything. Is so much of the time is spent at the molecular level that on a phrasing or a structural level, a lot of times they're very boring. It'll be like, the whole piece is dissonant and loud. So like, even though there's these incredibly complex controls that you're doing, on the meta level, it's just loud dissonance. There's no, so like, for me, it's important for, you know, there are structural differences. You know, of like, it was loud and then it was quiet. It was fast and then it was slow. It was, you know, these big things. It's like I love Penderecki's music because it's just those things.
Just that.
Now he's doing it with this incredibly like there are more individual orchestral parts in his music than anyone else's because every single string player has their own part that they're playing. But it's like watching a movie or reading a book that it's like it has all the structures of this big romantic thing that you know, but none of the content.
Yeah.
It's like just it's just this big loud chord.
Yeah.
And then a soft chord and then tinkles. And like to me it works. So yeah, I think for new music it's you just make it and you spend the time with it.
Yeah. That actually makes me happy about a certain thing is that like I'm really bothered about how much I'm sort of required to be ingesting all the time. And it's like, oh, you're doing this thing, so you have to know, like, listen to all Beethoven, Bach, and Brahms and everything ever before you can like do a thing.
Right.
And I don't care enough. Like, I don't care enough about those things, at least.
Sure.
I care a lot about my music, but I just don't care enough about I'm not trying to do it right. Like, I'm just trying to do it right on its own.
Yeah. So I think the creating is not the same as learning about.
Sure.
So, like, you don't have to know anything about the past to be able to create original music.
Yeah.
But if you don't know anything about the past, it's hard to have a conversation with a culture that does know that music.
Sure.
So for me, it's actually one of the like issues with classical music is classical music and jazz and sports and human endeavors that are difficult require the audience to have enough knowledge of how to do it to know when something difficult happens. So like people who have never really played an instrument usually don't enjoy classical music and jazz. I'm generalizing here, and I could be totally wrong. But in my experience, like a big part of classical music is being like, oh my God, I can't believe they played that so well. Like it is, it a big part of it is actual virtuosity, which is very much like, it's like watching the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like you see someone come in and you're like, oh my God, that is incredible.
Yeah.
But you have to know, you have to have tried to do it yourself at some point to know that. So like most sports fans have played the sport at some point. Similarly, most classical music and jazz fans have played the sport at some point. Like there is some facility with that.
Yeah.
Because it's like my joke is always with trumpets and playing high C's and high D's. It's like trumpet players will hit like the high note. Same thing with sopranos, right? They hit this high note. If you don't know it's hard to hit high notes, like you've never tried to do it, you're like, I don't care. That's a bad sounding note. Like it doesn't sound good. But if you know, like I can't hit a high C on trumpet. So when you hear someone just like, bing, a high C, you're like, yeah. It's like, it's the same thing as watching someone pole jump.
Sure.
Like I can't jump that high or that far. So seeing someone do it is impressive. Is that art? Yeah. But, you know, it's an interesting... I'm getting kind of far afield. What was the original question?
Right. Well, like, I think...
Oh, ingesting.
Yeah. Well, I get the gist. Like, and I feel... And this doesn't come a whole lot from necessarily academia, because actually teachers just go like, oh, this is like this.
Yeah.
And they go like, this is the thing that you need to listen to. And it's like, all right, cool. And then you just go on your merry way. But like talking to other people, it's like, oh yeah, it's like this thing that everyone knows, right? And I don't know what that is.
Sure. So there's a big thing with I usually term it. Different people have different terms for this, but like gatekeeper words.
Yeah.
Like you're constantly being checked to see if you're one of us.
Yeah.
Do you know the lingo? So that's a social thing. That's not an artistic thing.
Right.
Now it can affect whether your stuff gets played, but like that is more something that is about, and this happens to me all the time. I am constantly being evaluated to see if I'm actually for real. It's just a constant thing in the entertainment and art industry, because there's a lot of people who can talk a good talk, but can't, like, when you're like, cool, you know, like me, I have sent everyone an email about this piece. I haven't sent them the piece yet. I'm like, it's going to be great. I'm going to get them the piece. I've been through this before, but like, there are 3 people on this who I've done a bunch of gigs with, but I've never played a piece of mine. So this will be their only experience with my stuff. So as soon as I prove that it's for real, they're going to view me as a composer.
Sure.
And they've played like orchestrations of mine at film gigs and stuff like that, but like they've never played one of my pieces. And so there is something to like, for all that, you know, like one of my mantras I teach kids is like, be prepared, be kind, show up. That's kind of my like, do those 3 things, have a career. But be prepared also involves like, you just have to be amazing or at least good. And if you're not, if you're just not good enough, it's like, then you have to go spend the 10 years in practice. So like with something that's a creative act rather than a performative act. So like playing music is performative. There are like very specific things you can judge people on. Is it in tune? Are the rhythms correct?
Sure.
There are like hard things that you can test with people.
Yeah.
Like I know within about 30 seconds of playing with somebody how good they are.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing with music. Like if you can play, everyone knows it very quickly. It's one of like the things I love about it. It's like a sport. Like if you're better at it, then like people can try and socially keep you down, but like everybody who actually does it is going to know. They're going to know that you're just good, you know? So with creation arts, so like writing books, it's product, and I don't mean this in a business sense.
Right.
It is product based. It's not like, I don't convince people I'm good at composing by being like, hey, come watch me use finale. Check out how I entered that chord. It was awesome. Because there's a lot of people who are good at like, so for me, it's like I can improv. So that's always people are like, oh, wow. Like that is a performative act that is also a creation act. But it's scary because the actual creative act of composing or writing something is not like performative in front of other people.
Sure. So
to prove that you're good at it, you kind of just have to make something and then put it out there. So you can teach people, you can give people assignments that can help them. You can get better at composing. You can get better at the craft of composing.
Yeah.
You can get better at like hearing sounds and figuring out how to make them be recreated. But the thing is, you can sort of teach creativity. There is an element of being able to teach creativity.
Yeah.
But it's very much like, cool, if you want to be an author, you should be writing 3 hours a day. If you want to be a composer, you should be composing a lot. You should be composing more than I do. And for me, it's like, I talk about and listen to and write and play and just like, I probably put and teach, like I'm probably putting 50 to 60 hours a week for at least the last 15 to 20 years of doing music-y stuff.
Yeah.
That comes out in my writing. But I don't get better at writing from doing those things. It's just that those influences come out in it. So when you're teaching composition, a lot of times those like, go look at this. It's like, I can see you're trying to do something. There's a model you can use.
Yeah.
And you can look at the score and you can hear it and go like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but with my notes or but with this change.
Yeah.
So that's a way to accomplish that goal.
Right.
But that doesn't make you better at composing.
Right.
It makes you better at doing, you know how to do that thing now. So it's tough because school is so things going into you rather than things coming out of you.
Yeah.
So that's something that like.
Yeah. No, I don't mind being told by a teacher, like, listen to this, you're trying to do this thing. Like, great. What I mind is the expectation of like, well, I don't know, even in like more contemporary music too. I feel bad whenever people are like, oh, like, for example, like I've missed David Bowie. I just haven't listened to him. But like, you know, a certain room will gasp. Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm tired of caring anymore. Like I like what I like and that's fine. And I'll take my influences wherever I want to wander. But like, I'm tired of feeling shame for stuff that I should have listened to.
Sure. Well, okay, let's talk about this. I'm terrible about
like 4 minutes.
I'm terrible about knowing music by other people.
Yeah.
I'm a very passive music finder. Most of the music I know is because someone has literally like said, you need to listen to this. So that's literally just a confidence thing because people are always going to do that. I wouldn't say so much. So again, this is, you can do it however you want. I usually try and turn, if this is something that is, so you cannot control what other people do. It's one of the great tragedies of life. You're only in control of how you react to it. So my reaction to someone doing that to me is I go listen to it and see if I like it.
Yeah.
Which solves all of the problems. Now, if they're rude about it, I don't worry. Like I don't, like there's so much music that I know is cool that I have not listened to. So when someone says, oh my God, you haven't listened to this? Like, why haven't you listened to this? And it's like, what should I listen to first? You know?
Yeah.
It instantly like switches the narrative. Like something that was meant. So it's like, you can either feel, this is hard. It's not that it's easy to do this.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's a tendency, and I struggle against this too, and we don't have to end right at the time. If someone exposes your lack of knowledge in a public way, the natural inclination is to defend yourself. Like, I'm either going to not care what you think, because then it doesn't matter that you said those mean things to me. Or I try and, when I'm dealing with personal things, I try and coach it in kind of infantile terms like that, because it makes the whole situation seem ridiculous, because it usually is. So like, okay, you didn't know about David Bowie. Well, he's too old for you to have known. Like, he just is.
Yeah.
Like, those people who were shaming everyone for not knowing who Paul McCartney was with that picture with Kanye, it's like, why would they know? Did you know who the person who was really big in 1920s were when they took a picture? Like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he got to start in the 50s. Like, it's old music now. So, like, the response is usually to defend yourself and shut off the ability to learn. Like it's, I'm not going to care what you think.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not going to listen to it. In fact, I'm not going to listen to anybody. Like this is kind of what I was hearing you say. Like I'm not going to listen to what anyone tells me I should listen to.
Right. No.
Because I don't want to feel exposed and shamed like that. Which people
not that
will
this
be.
happens that often to me anyways, but it's just like
It happens to me all the time. It's all the time. Like people really like proving their superiority. Like what I try and do, I am not presenting myself like I'm this like enlightened brain. But if someone doesn't know something, I'm excited to share it. That's why I like being a teacher. Like I think it's really funny when teachers get frustrated that students don't know anything. It's like, well, if you didn't have a very specialized amount of knowledge that they didn't have, you wouldn't have a gig.
Yeah.
Like, if everybody knows this stuff, you're no longer a special flower. So, like, there's a lot of people who get, like, when you get to be an expert at something, you're like, everyone else is stupid. It's like, no, you're just really smart.
Yeah.
You learned a lot about this. Why would you present it in a negative light? Like, you're okay and everyone in the world is stupid. Or you've done a lot of work on this, so you know a lot. And other people have done work on other things.
Sure.
So cool. Yeah. You're becoming an expert. Like that is that is a byproduct of becoming an expert on something. The definition of expert is you know more about it than other people.
Sure.
So I try not, and this is very hard because people can be very like, I think we are, and this is a self-defense thing. I think we're very aware of our ability to be hurt and vastly underestimate our ability to hurt others. I think like we spend a lot of time thinking about how can I avoid getting hurt and don't think about like, how can I avoid hurting other people? So to me, if someone's like, I can't believe you haven't heard of this, I usually try and be like, I totally haven't. Tell me about it. And it suddenly becomes, I mean, for one thing, there's usually a chance that they don't really know that much about it anyway.
Sure.
People like saying that statement the second they've learned something. Like it's the ultimate student thing to do of like, you go to other students, you're like, you didn't know about this. And it's like, I taught that to you like 3 days ago. Like you 3 days ago, you would have been mean to yourself 3 days ago for not knowing this thing. Like that's not cool.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But people like doing it. So I just try and flip the narrative of like, so if you go like, I don't care, like I don't care what you all think because it hurts me when I care, you are shutting yourself off from being able to learn more. And like, that doesn't hurt them. Not that you should hurt them. But like, it doesn't hurt them at all. That only hurts you. Yeah. So I always just take it as like, oh, this is an opportunity to learn something new. Oh, this is like,
sure.
It's like, there's a lot of truth to this. So like, all those like Buddhist sayings about like how to reach that next level of existence. There's this kind of assumption, like I think there's this, and maybe this is just me misunderstanding it when I was younger, but I always felt like there's this assumption that somehow like you don't care. Like that is Buddhism. It's like, you know, you are neutral. And to me, it's like, no, like the point is to care about everything. And the point is to also be intentional about what you do. So like, if you feel something, you know, someone makes you feel shamed about not knowing something. Story of humanity. Story of academia. Believe me, academia is like, half the questions at conferences are not questions. They're like, well, you didn't address the fact that I wrote all of my last few papers on, that only I know about the details, and I'm going to make you look like you don't know anything because you didn't mention it in your paper, and I'm going to make a statement. And then you go like, so is there a question, or are you just being mean in the public. Like, I don't know what
Sure.
it's like a trope in academia. And so it's a trope with students too. And I think some of that is learned from professors. So to me, it's like the people who are really great creators and lifelong learners just don't treasure knowing something. Like, they don't treasure the idea of like, I know this and therefore I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to like, and I don't want other people to know it. And if someone else knows more than me, it's just like, it's kind of that, like, if I assume I don't know anything, then I am open to learning. Like, they call it, so the Buddhism translation, westernized bastardization of it is like the child's mind. And it's the idea that like children are really good at learning because they're in the child mind state of they don't assume they already know it, and they don't feel any shame for not knowing it. And it's not that they actually learn, like, there's a few things like language and stuff like that, but like, I have taught adult violin students and kid violin students, and everyone always assumes adult violin students are slower. No. Adult violins learn tremendous, like, 6-year-olds just start doing cartwheels in the middle of your floor for like half the lesson. They're not getting better at violin while they're doing that. They play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for like 2 years before they can play anything else. The difference between adult learners and child learners is that adult learners feel shame about the fact they don't know it. And so they get really frustrated about learning. And they feel like, I should be better. But like, the mental state of feeling like you should know something doesn't make you know it or learn it. It just makes you feel bad. And then you tend not to learn it.
Yeah.
So like, it's a real like mental cancer to feel shame about not knowing things, because it is the like number one way you can make sure you don't learn new stuff. Like, for me, when I first got my gig here, when I first started teaching, so like 2013 was when I first started teaching college. Like, I was a TA before that, so I taught college for 3 years. But like, even that, the second you're in a role, there's an expectation that you're a certain amount of good.
Yeah.
I knew I was good enough at violin, at least compared to students. I knew I was good enough at enough aspects of production. But compositionally, I felt very like, I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. And suddenly I'm supposed to like, you know, and I'm presenting myself as this like, you know, everyone wants to be a world-renowned something, right? So you're like, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm world-renowned because I don't like, I have a tendency to do this, but I'm very careful because I hate it when other people do it, to talk yourself up higher than you are. So my joke with world-renowned is if you're going to write world-renowned in your bio, I better already know who you are. Like, if your bio says you're a world-renowned something and I've never heard of you, then literally your renown has not reached this part of the world.
Yes.
But like, that is that feeling of shame is what keeps you from being creative. Number one thing that keeps you from being creative is shame. So Dustin posted an article about this. Did you read it? It was specifically about shame. I think it'd be really good for you to read. So it's specifically about like feeling shame about the art you make and how that keeps you from making art.
Yeah.
I really think like shame is at the core, because it's like the reason it's so easy as a kid to make art is because you're not like, you haven't been hurt yet.
Yeah.
You haven't like shown someone your butterfly and they go like, that looks stupid. And then you go like, oh my God, I'm never going to draw another butterfly. You know, it's the same thing.
Sure.
So to me, it's like, I mean, I feel the same thing. I'm worried about putting this piece in front of like, these are like, one of them's my former teacher from grad school. He is the best violinist in Oklahoma, like hands down. He's an incredible player. Like, the other two string players are like, they're all people who I've played with. And I go like, I treasure the fact that I'm the worst musician in the room right now. Like, it's awesome. And it's like, admitting that is real hard. But like, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be very lonely to be the best person at something. So like, I want to strive to be the best person, but like, I'm also a big extrovert, so I kind of want buddies along the way. And like, if there's no one who's better than you at something, then like, there's no guidelines for how to get better. Like, that's why it's so like, the people who really come up with like new ideas, like the Einsteins and stuff, are often like spend years trying to come up with it. And it's just that one next step because there's no like guideline of, you know, like I think people being creative is highly both underrated and overrated. Like, I think it's underrated in that like creativity is really important and it can be cultivated. It's like, for me working on a piece, it's like some of the stuff I figure out, I like put it on like backend processors. It's like, I have to be working on the piece at least like 3 or 4 hours a day, because then it'll just like run as a background task in my head. Like, how am I going to do that? And you come back to it, it's like, okay. It's why like walks, showers, like walks have been a thing for artists for forever. You get stuck, you go on a walk. Because it's like, when you just sit there, it's like, there's too much focus.
Do something.
Yeah. So yeah, does that help? I mean, like, it's like the same way that like, what's the Dune quote? Like, fear is the little death, fear is the mind killer. Like, have you read Dune?
No, it's on
shame.
my list.
Shame. No.
Right.
Yeah, but
it is
like,
on my list, though, actually.
And I just kind of made you feel bad by asking if you had read Dune.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
Yeah.
It's the kind of fantasy book I like. Sci-fi. It's fantasy.
Yeah.
It's got like a mood and vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you read it and it's just like vibey. Always feels a little 70s to me. Like, it's just got this vibe that I like about it. But they have this mantra that it's like, fear is the mind killer. Like, fear, every time you're afraid, it's the little death. And the whole idea of it is like, it's a really artsy fartsy way of saying like, when you're afraid of something, you either freeze or you make decisions based on that fear, rather than on like, this is what I think will do things better. Shame is the like art version of that.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel shame about this piece. Well, then you're not going to show it to anybody.
Yeah.
You're not going to work on it. You're going to feel bad about it. And it's just like, all art sucks at some part of the process. Like, it really does.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there are still parts of my piece that I'm supposed to have done tomorrow, and I will be going to immediately after this.
Yes.
That suck. There's a couple transitions that totally suck. I would be very shameful if I sent it up to people.
Sure.
But like, that's not helpful.
Yeah.
What's helpful is to be like, okay, how can I fix it? Not that I'm ashamed of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say like, that's the shame is like the learning killer. Shame is the art destroyer. Like, and it's, so the cool thing, so we kind of talked earlier about forgiveness is more about you than it is about the person you're forgiving.
Yeah.
Like, you are releasing there was a LGBTQ pastor, and she was talking about forgiveness as like the strongest thing you can do. Because you're saying, I'm taking this thing you've done to me and taking that weight off my shoulders. And the only way to do that, like for me, the only way I get rid of anger at somebody or something is to forgive it for happening.
Yeah.
So with shame, you control, so like, it's hard. It's, you're trying to do this kind of Buddhist thing of like intentionally feeling things.
Yeah.
But like, you're the one that feels ashamed. I cannot make you feel ashamed. I can try and manipulate you into feeling ashamed, but like, I can't. That is your feeling. So if you can practice not feeling shame,
Yeah.
and like a lot of it's naming it. Like I really believe in like you name a feeling, like, and then you can control it.
Yeah.
So like I would because it's going to happen. So the next time someone like me goes like, "Have you read Dune?" No.
No, it's like
I thought you liked books.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's so many books I haven't read.
Yeah.
I have done a very cursory glance of literature. Like extremely cursory. I do not read. I do not read nearly as much as I want to. Like I maybe read like
Audiobooks are the best.
audiobooks are cool. I really love physical books, but like I just don't read. I used to read all the time, and now it's like, I mean, maybe 5 to 10 books a year, maybe because I'm on a podcast. I'm saying that, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, I have a bookshelf full of books I haven't read, so
Right. Do you feel shame when you look at them?
no.
Good, because that's not going to make you want to read them.
No, it makes me go, I'll do that eventually.
Yeah. So like, you have to practice feeling certain ways in situations. So I would practice like next time someone does like a knowledge power play.
Yeah.
You don't know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, man, I'm a student. I'm literally here to learn things I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't react. Like, take a sec and be like, well, what am I feeling right now? I'm feeling kind of ashamed. I'm going to choose not to feel that way. Whether or not it's effective, just go like, I'm not going to feel shame about that.
Sure.
And then like you get better. It takes a long time. I used to get so nervous for performances, and it still happens. But I just did it enough. It's like, you know what? It's okay. You know what? It's okay. You know what? It's okay. I'm lucky enough, like it worked, you know? So I think in a weird way, it's like you can practice being mentally healthy about situations. And so, like I used to have so much trouble doing any sort of like conflict. I was very conflict avoidant. And like, you know, with students, with colleagues, with, you know, and being in an administrator role is like, if you are conflict avoidant, you're going to have problems.
Yeah.
Like it's an issue. And so I've learned not to be, and it is a learned thing. And I am different now. And I bet my brain chemistry of how I like interact in those situations is different. And one of the things that for me made that difference is I went like, I'm not going to feel bad about telling someone something they don't want to hear because we've already done the deed. Whatever the deed is that you need to have the awkward meeting with, the time to feel bad was when you were making the decision.
Yeah.
And so that's when you try. Again, it's like if you don't do the wrong thing, you don't feel guilt about it, and then you don't feel anxiety about it because you don't feel guilt about it, and you don't feel ashamed about it. You know, like, so to me, it's, I don't know. I really feel like shame comes from like, I mean, there are some terrible people out there who will make people feel ashamed of themselves. They themselves are probably not terrible people other than in that situation. But like other people can get you down. But you can control how you react to it. Or at least try to. And I think like it is amazingly powerful. And I've had like really good relationships with people who like in the first month of me working with them have done something that like has been unbelievably rude or hurtful or something that should have ruined my relationship with them. And I will usually like, you also, you know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. So like you still need to be cognizant of like, hey, if they've done this before, maybe don't like ask for it. But like I've had people who I've forgiven for like doing really hurtful things to me. And then like we have this great relationship at the end. And like I'm still aware that thing happened, but it's not a weight on me. And in a weird way, like there's a lot of people who will lash out because whatever their reason is, like it's not about you. You know what I mean? Like it's about they're going through something.
Yeah, that's actually been a mantra I've been telling myself lately. It's like that thing wasn't because of me. Like it usually is something that they're going through.
Now, I will say the flip side of that is to make sure it wasn't you.
Yeah.
Like I don't let myself feel not guilty about stuff until I've done a very thorough examination of like, is there something I could have done better? Should I apologize? I mean, like I have like apology, like I will say I'm sorry for anything.
Well, no, also what I meant is like if someone, you know, honks at you very angrily in traffic or something, that's a situation where it's like, I mean, yeah, you can go, did I do anything? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a guy the other day, like both hands just like flipping me off, just like, and I was like,
yeah,
okay.
You're having a bad day.
You're having a very bad day. Also like, is it worth the chance that you have a shotgun in your back?
Right.
For me to flip you off? Because so you just
it's not.
Forgive them.
We're in Oklahoma.
Yeah. And so one of the things I like doing with that, and this makes me feel very good, and like a Buddhist monk, is like doing a nice thing when someone does something mean to you. So like if someone honks at me in traffic, I just try and stop and like let someone go in front of me or something. And it feels so good. It's like you put this negative energy onto me, and then I turned it into positive energy and gave it to someone, and like the net happiness of the world.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of whatever. It feels good.
Yeah.
And like for me, that's like when people talk about, you know, pacifist resistance and like positive resistance, it doesn't mean you're not strong. It doesn't mean you don't hold your ground. It doesn't mean you're not all of those things.
Yeah.
But like, you don't want to play, if there is a structure in place. This is why like revolutionaries make the worst government people. Because a lot of times in order to be a revolutionary, you have to be incredibly violent and authoritarian, and you have to do things in secret. And there are all these things that you had to do in order to overthrow the government. So then when you become the government, like all of those things are the worst things for a government to be, even though they were very effective for you to overthrow the government. So like, you know, it's like that. There's a lot of truth in all of those like sayings, but like you tend to become the enemy. Like I don't remember what the actual quote is, but it's essentially.
There's that quote from Batman.
What's that one?
You either live long enough to, or you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Oh, right. So that's not quite what I mean.
No, I know, but it's similar.
That's a little bit more, you know, nihilistic. But it's like if you, like, if someone says something mean to you and then you say something mean back to them, you did not fix the problem. You just became a mean person.
Yeah.
You didn't make it so they're going to not say something mean back. So it's like, I don't know, there's something very powerful when someone says something mean to you. To be like, you know, that was really hurtful. Like, that makes me feel bad. I'm sorry if I did something that elicited that. You want to watch someone's stomach drop? You do that to them when they do something mean.
Yeah.
And not like, that was really hurtful. Not aggressive. Not nothing, like diffusing confrontation with like kindness and honesty is very effective.
Yeah.
It's weird. Cause it's, dude, I'm a red-blooded man. Like, I also have testosterone and the tendency to see red. And so, like, I got in a lot of fights when I was 4. I got kicked out of preschool. I got kicked out of 2 daycare centers because I had this, like, real obsession with, like, things, the truth matters. So I had 2 situations where, like, this person who I viewed them as a bully, one of them was a bully. Looking back, the other one, we just didn't get along. And there's one situation where the guy pushed me and I got him with a really great right hook right as the, like, teacher was coming down. It was, or the babysitter. He was, like, in a bigger weight class than the rest of us, and he was her nephew, and she saw me punch him. And we had this conversation. She was like, I saw you punch him. And I was like, he, like, started it. I was the kid. It was like, he started it. Like, he pushed me, and then I punched him. Like, he started it. And she was like, no, he did it. And I was like, if you want me to lie, I will lie to you. But that's what happened. And I was told that you're not supposed to lie. So, you know, I was like, you are asking me to lie, and I refused to lie. And, you know, like, it was a very confrontational 4-year-old. But it's like, that was my, that's how I thought to react to those things. Like, someone punches you, punch it back. Why? It's the right thing to do. Well, I got in trouble every time. It was always me that got in trouble. Because I don't think I had an understanding of, like, if they push you, you're not supposed to punch them as hard as you can. And so, like, the last time I had a physical altercation, I was 4 years old.
Sure.
It's good. I got it out of my system young. But, like, I kind of had this realization that, like, oh, when you do that, it doesn't, like, it doesn't fix the problem. So it's an interesting, you know, it's like reacting to violence with violence doesn't stop it.
Yeah.
And so
that's a strong ethic of mine.
Yeah. And so reacting, like, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to, like, have to just take it.
Yeah.
So, like, with the shame thing, like, don't, like, be nice to yourself. Don't figure out a way not to feel the shame about it. And for me, one of it really is, like, if you can stop worrying about being good and just be, like, interested in doing the next thing. Like, if you can stop, because I had this it was very, I think it was rooted in shame. I mean, like, almost everybody who becomes a professor goes through, like, a period of imposter syndrome with at least some aspect of what they do. Because it's just, you spend all this time as a student, and then suddenly it's the flip.
Well, also, I'm, like, on the transition into becoming a professional whatever.
Right.
And so it's like, I'm looking for jobs. And so I have to be good enough for that job.
Right.
And so I'm not. So.
Well, it's hard. I mean, like, it's. So, again, there's that thing of, like, do you feel shame of, like, I'm not good enough and I was supposed to be at this point? Like, there's this, like, total, there's a very shame thing with, especially, I don't want to say especially theirs, with everything, that it's there's some sort of, like, the rat race, you know, and, like,
there's some Japanese kid that's better at guitar than I am, and they're, like, 16 or something. It's
right.
Like,
well, I'm a violinist, so there's a Japanese kid who is 2 who is better at violin than I am. Like, if you feel shame about it, then it's like, that's not helpful. It's debilitating. But if you go, like, hey, there's this. So I always think of it in, like, you can always see, like, the next 2 levels above you. Like, you've got enough skill at the thing you're doing to, like, you know what's the stuff around you. You can hear the stuff, as I smack the mic, that's better than you. You can recognize the stuff that's, like, an expert. And so, like, for me, a really interesting thing is, like, I can tell the difference now between the skill levels of the best violinists in the world. And I don't think I could until like the last 3 or 4 years. Like they all sounded like pretty awesome. And now I'll listen to stuff and I'm like, I think that's better. You know, like I can hear it now. I can hear these things now.
Yeah.
And so like that's cool for me to be like, you know what? I can finally hear I don't know if I can do it, but I can hear what that top end is. Okay, so how do I get there? You know, like that's how do I get to that spot? Like I can read orchestral scores better now that I've written. Like I think I've maybe written 6 or 7 things for like orchestra or orchestra-sized things in the last 4 or 5 years. And like I can read scores now because I've done it. So like I know what you're doing in a way that like studying scores would not let me learn. Even though you still need to study them, it's like the doing and then going back and seeing, going, oh, okay, like I get it. Like I get what you're doing. That's like, so I actually joke that because I'm doing very well in my career for my age. I'm having a great, I'm on a great ride. I'm just hoping keeps moving forward. And so like, I was never the best violinist at the studio at OU. There's always someone who was like, I was always like second or third, you know, like I'm up there, you know, but there was someone who just like, just practice more, or maybe they were just more innately talented, or they spent the time in high school, you know, whatever it was. So I was kind of like upper middle of the pack, which is a really good spot to be in a learning environment. I have a lot of people that I've met who like will be like, when did you get good? And I'm like, dude, we've been out of school for like closer to a decade than not. Like I kept getting better. Like I didn't stop at 25 and go like, okay, this is it. And it's really hard to do because suddenly you don't have the structure of the school. You don't have the like structure of people giving you opportunities to grow. You have to make it yourself. So it's interesting because it's like for me, I don't talk about this that much with other people, but like I have my own warm-up routine on violin that I've edited and tweaked and changed. Like every year I add something to it or take it away. And it's like, I don't get to practice as much as I want, but like I have kept thinking about it and performing. And like every time I perform, so I made this decision. It was really hard here. I always felt like, because I wasn't a professor, because I was administration, like I always had to be on my phone because like if stuff happens, like you get like everybody's crisis goes to you. So it's like every professor will have like one crisis a year. You have to deal with everybody's. You don't have to deal with the full brunt of it, but like it's going to touch you. So I would be at these gigs and I'd be like checking my email and like it'd just be like it was really stressful. And I kind of made this decision that's like, okay, it has been proven over and over again, I can't do 2 things at once. If there is a television on, I cannot do anything but focus on the television. Like I am pretty lights. So I'm just going to try whatever I'm doing. I'm doing that 100%. And it totally changed. Like if I'm at a gig, so there's a sense of like, you know, you're doing, this isn't a fun gig. You know, like I have a gig on Saturday and it's like at a church and it's 2 concerts and we have to be there at 1 and it's an ADA and I'm going to be there from 1 until 9 and then I get back and it pays well. But it's like, it would be very easy for me to be like,
sure.
Like, I don't want to be here. You know, and instead it's like, okay, if I'm playing the violin, I am going to try and play the violin as well as I can. And like practice doing it as well as I can. And that is a very vulnerable position. Like I think a lot of artists don't So I used to do this all the time. All the time. I used to always be like, so I'm not the best violinist, but I practice a whole lot less. Like I'm really busy. I practice less. So like, I could beat you. I could beat you if I practiced more. You know.
Yeah.
I just, I don't have time to do it. That's not helpful.
Yeah.
And so like, I've really done a switch where it's like, this is just where I'm at right now. There's no such thing as where I could be. Like there's no, like, there are goals.
Yeah.
But there's no like.
It's not a guarantee.
It's not a guarantee because you still have to do the thing.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting, like, that was a real switch for me. And I think that was like why I've kept getting better at things.
Yeah.
Because I stopped being like afraid to give it my all. Like I used to really like, oh, I didn't win the audition because like I didn't really prepare for it. Like I would you give yourself outs.
Yeah.
You give yourself outs and you do it on purpose. And it is totally self-sabotaging because you don't want, because like the most shame-filled, sucky thing to happen to anybody is I tried my hardest and it wasn't good enough. Like that is soul-crushing.
Yeah.
Welcome to being an artist. If you can lean into that, it stops being quite so soul-crushing after. It's not as scary as you'd think. Weirdly enough, like realizing your best just isn't good enough yet isn't that bad after repeated like smacks to the ego.
Fair
the
enough.
first few times sucks. But it's like with this piece, there is a shape, and we'll wrap up soon, so I can go do it. But like, there is a shape of what the piece could be, and I'm like, I will be so mad at myself if there is like a transition or a part that like isn't what I want it to be because I decided 2 weeks ago that I was going to take Saturday off, or like I watched the show, or I didn't give it my all.
Yeah.
That's going to bug me more than if I try my best and I'm still not happy with it.
Yeah.
Because then you just go like, oh, that was the best. That literally is, if it was literally the best you could do,
Yeah.
then it's not about you.
Yeah.
And so winning stuff is not about you.
Yeah.
Winning things is luck.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you have to do well enough to be in the running, but it's just luck at that point. So it's like, I think that is a really, if you can get that, it's like we were discussing it the other day, like, okay, like you're at the start.
Yeah.
Now you need to keep getting better.
Yeah.
So like for us, it's, if we hadn't done all the stuff that we did not feel prepared to do, that we know we didn't do exactly right, then like it was so cool when we did our first like professional film scoring session. Like we had done stuff before. We'd done film scoring, we'd done stuff, but like actually like in a big studio with like a full orchestra, and we did the parts, and we're like, Christina's conducting and I'm concert master, and we contracted it, and like it ran like butter. And it was just like, oh my God, we know how to do this. That's so cool.
Yeah.
But it's because we'd spent the entirety of our lives getting better at stuff that then like, oh, do you need, like, when you get the opportunity, you go like, I actually do know how to do that. Cool.
Yeah.
It's such a good feeling. And it's like, that comes from not, like, it's just over and over again doing your best and feeling very vulnerable about, like, it is, that was a huge problem of mine. Like that, I always gave myself an out. And I had this thing of like, so I always double majored between violin and composition. So like if something went crappy on violin, I'd be like, well, I'm more of a composer anyway. If something went bad on composition, I was like, well, I'm more of a violinist anyway. Like I would totally like, oh, you hurt me, I'm going to go over to the other one. Oh, you hurt me, I'm going to go over to the other one. Which like maybe it wasn't bad as a survival instinct for college because it's pretty rough. But like now it's like, okay, I'm me. Did I do my best on that?
Yeah.
So, cool. Yeah. Does that help?
Yes. No. Everything. Thank you. Once again, plug your stuff.
Oh, okay. I was really bad about this last time. So I'm actually going to plug our stuff.
Okay.
So we're doing a recording of a clarinet quartet, but there's also a clarinet quintet. There's a quartet that I've written, and there's an octet that I'm currently sending out parts to people. That's a nice way of saying I haven't sent out parts yet. We're going to be recording it January 2nd. The ensemble is called Devil Sticks because clarinets on the 12th century listing of which instruments are demonic and which are angelic, double reeds are like way on the hell side rather than the heaven side. Brass instruments are great. They're the heaven ones because angels play them.
Angels play trumpet.
Yeah, exactly. So we're doing that. We've got a concerto coming up. That's a double concerto that Christina and I will be playing with the Fort Smith Symphony. That'll be in May. We're doing a read through at the end of January with the Oklahoma City University Orchestra. Jeffrey, who's going to be conducting the octet, is the conductor that is going to let me do a read. And so that is called Wub Wub Wub. And it's a duo concerto for violin, clarinet, and orchestra that emulates electronic music moves acoustically. Yeah. So there's some panning. I'm trying to do a sidechain compression thing with the bass drum that like makes the orchestra sound like it's sidechain compression.
Man.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's like, it's supposed to be a fun piece. I think concertos are supposed to be cool and showy and all of those things.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We're doing a arrangement that we're working with the Oklahoma City Philharmonic about. I can't say too much about it yet, but that's really exciting, and that's going to really highlight some incredible Native American musicians.
Cool.
Christina's working on the thing, the Jack Kilpatrick stuff, so you're going to hear stuff about that soon. They're creating like an archive, and they're doing writing on it. And then I think we've got a film coming up. I have not been told. Films are funny. You don't get told the name of the film.
Yeah.
Like, I've been told there's a date, and it's for sure happening. That's it.
Yeah. Both of the films that I've worked on, I had to ask for a title so that I could save it correctly.
Right. So I think that's basically our next 7 or 8 months, which is exciting. It's planned out. It's happening. And it's really exciting for us to be working on our music. We've done a lot of time the last 4 or 5 years of like helping produce other people's music and work on their music and work on these projects. And now we're really pushing our own music. And it's fun. I think that might be all of my plugs. I hope that's all I have to do.
If there's any questions about it, patrickconlonmusic.com.
Cool. Yeah, there's the email address on there. Feel free to shoot me an email. I'm on Facebook and Instagram too. I'm old, so I'm finally learning how to use Instagram. I have like 8 posts. Most are of my cat.
It's fine. I love your cat.
She's a good cat.
Well, yeah. I'm Santiago Ramones.
Patrick Conlon.
You can find everything that I do on my website, santiagoramones.com. You can download Songs with Words demo for free or for however money you want to pay. You can download this podcast on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on Stitcher, and Google Play, and all of the other places, I think. I was in my podcast with my 3 things. They shape my life philosophy. Those 3 things are: love never fails, it's going to be okay, I might be wrong.